Have you ever had that really frustrating thing happen where you eat what you think is a super healthy breakfast, right? Maybe a big bowl of cereal.
Oh, yeah. The wholesome stuff.
Exactly. And then, like clockwork, maybe 90 minutes later, your brain just feels like mush, like a damp sponge.
Yep. Staring at the screen.
Yeah.
Zero thoughts.
Total brain fog. And all you can think is it lunch yet? It's just bizarre.
It really is. It feels like a betrayal, doesn't it? You put in the fuel.
Right.
And then you just plummet. It's like putting, I don't know, regular unleaded gas into a Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. And then wondering why it's sputtering on the side of the road.
Precisely. It just doesn't work.
So that's what we're diving into today, the first meal. And honestly, it affects everything. Your focus, creativity, how you solve problems, even, weirdly, how well you sleep.
It really does touch every single corner. And, we need to figure out why the standard breakfast most of us grew up on is basically, well, it's kind of sabotaging us.
Oh, I was the king of that sabotage. My fuel for years was like, whatever colorful cereal was cheapest, usually Life cereal.
A classic.
Or, if I felt fancy, a Pop-Tart, thinking I was getting, like, multiple food groups in there.
Right. And that whole high-carb, low-fat thing leads us straight to the main villain here.
Which is?
Insulin resistance. Big term. Sounds complicated maybe, but it's key.
Okay, let's break that down simply because it sounds kind of clinical, but the effect is, like, immediate. What's it doing after breakfast?
Well, think of insulin like a key. It unlocks your cell doors to let the fuel in sugar, glucose, so the cells can make energy.
Okay, key opens the door. Got it.
But if you're constantly hitting your system with tons of carbs, tons of sugar, the cells, they just get overwhelmed. They get tired of the signal.
Like they're changing locks.
Sort of. They start resisting. They become resistant to that insulin key. The door gets jammed.
So the sugar is floating around in my blood.
Exactly. It's right there. But the cells, especially your brain cells, which are super hungry for fuel, they can't get it in properly. The delivery system's broken.
Okay, so my brain's starting even though I just ate a mountain of healthy carbs. What happens then? That crash?
That's the crash.
Yeah.
Your brain panics. It senses the energy deficit and screams for more sugar now.
Oh, man.
You get stuck in that loop, chasing the next sugar hit just to feel normal again.
Yeah.
You're basically starving at a buffet.
That's a terrible feeling, relying on a broken system. So there must be a better way, right? A different fuel.
There is. And that's where ketones come in.
Ketones, okay. Heard of them. Keto diet and all that.
Right. Making ketones basically means you're switching your body over. Instead of running on that sugar roller coaster, you start burning your own stored fat for energy.
How do you make that happen? Just stop eating carbs.
Pretty much. You lower the carbs and sugar way down, or you do some fasting. Your body basically has no choice but to flip the switch and start making ketones from fat.
Okay. But doesn't that take time? Like adapting sounds like a hassle if you're not, an elite athlete or something. Why bother?
That's fair. It could take a bit, maybe a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, to really feel fat adapted, as they say. But the bother, totally worth it. Ketones are fantastic for your brain.
How so?
Cleaner energy, more stable mood, and they actually burn more efficiently than glucose without all the metabolic fireworks and damage from constant sugar spikes.
So cleaner, longer-lasting brain fuel.
Right.
Less sputtering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The difference is huge. Like when I used to eat those carb-heavy breakfasts, that 10:30 a.m. hunger panic was like clockwork.
Oh, I know that panic. It's not just hunger. It's like existential dread staring at your inbox, counting minutes till lunch.
Totally. But that just disappears when you're running on ketones. You can go way longer without eating, and your energy's just smooth.
Yeah.
It's like swapping a roller coaster for a smooth electric train.
Okay, that's the goal. Stable energy, sharp brain. No more 10 a.m. naps needed. So let's get practical. Let's grade the breakfast menu. Find the upgrades.
Perfect. Let's start with the big one, oatmeal. Seems healthy, right? But there's a whole hierarchy here.
Okay, lay it on me. Where do those little instant packets fall? The ones with, like, maple brown sugar or dinosaur eggs?
Oh, those are straight up F tier. Sorry. They're so processed, so loaded with sugar and starch. You might as well eat a candy bar. Seriously, it's a trap.
Knew it. Okay. What about just plain regular rolled oats? No flavors added.
That's better. Definitely an upgrade. We'll call that B tier. But if you want the best oatmeal,
A tier.
A tier, steel-cut oats, they're way less processed, digest much slower, don't spike your blood sugar nearly as much. They're significantly better.
The gold standard. Okay, but the catch. They take ages to cook, right? Like 30, 40 minutes. Who has time for that on a weekday morning?
That's the rub, isn't it?
Yeah.
Convenience often dictates our choices, even over health. But you can meal prep them, make a big batch.
Yeah.
Still, there's another catch with oats, something kind of shocking.
Oh, even with steel cut.
Even with steel cut, unless you're careful, it's about glyphosate.
Glyphosate. Wait, that's weed killer, right? Like Roundup. Why is that in oatmeal? Oats aren't GMO.
Correct. But here's the thing. They often spray the oat fields heavily with glyphosate right before harvest. Not to kill weeds, but to basically chemically dry the crop out super fast. Makes harvesting easier or quicker.
Whoa! They're soaking the oats in weed killer, just for speed, like they do with some wheat.
Exactly like wheat. And that's a huge concern. Glyphosate is linked to messing with your gut bacteria, maybe even bigger long-term issues. So the takeaway is critical.
Let me guess. Organic.
Absolutely. If you eat oats, any oats, they must be organic to avoid that glyphosate drying process. Non-negotiable.
Okay, that's huge. Forget sugar content for a second. Avoid the weed killer first. Got it. All right, let's shift gears. Away from grains. What's the single biggest, simplest swap we can make for better energy?
Easy. More protein. Just replace whatever carb-heavy thing you're eating now with quality protein, eggs, bacon, leftover steak, whatever. That one change. Probably the biggest immediate impact on energy and focus.
Okay, protein power. Let's rank the proteins. Eggs seem like the obvious starting point.
Yeah. And look, any egg is better than a Pop-Tart or sugary cereal.
Yeah.
Huge step up right there.
Yeah.
But if you can, focus on quality. Pasture-raised, organic if possible, makes a difference.
Okay, but hold on. Pasture-raised eggs, organic bacon. That starts getting pricey, doesn't it? How do we square optimization with, real-world budgets?
Great question. It's about priorities. First, cut out the cheap processed carbs. It saves money right there.
Oh.
Then with protein, think quality over quantity. For bacon, yes, organic bacon with no added sugar costs more.
No added sugar is key there too, right?
Absolutely key. You're paying more to avoid the hidden sugar and get better quality pork. It's a targeted upgrade.
Got it. Quality, not just quantity. Sugar's the villain. What about adding good fats? Avocado, sure. Cheese.
Cheese is great, but again, quality is everything. Some raw European cheeses, amazing. Super healthy, good fats, maybe some beneficial bacteria. But please avoid those plastic-wrapped American cheese slices. Or Velveeta.
Okay. Nutritional no-fly zones. Noted. The plastic squares are out.
Definitely out. And look for fermented stuff, too, like feta cheese. It's naturally fermented, good for your gut, plus protein. Same with good quality organic Greek yogurt or Bulgarian yogurt, like that White Mountain brand. Excellent probiotics.
Okay, good options. Now, what about parents? Kids can be picky. What if the kid looks at eggs and bacon like it's, I don't know, poison? If they just won't eat meat or yogurt, is there a compromise?
Yeah, that's tough. You got to upgrade the vehicle, so to speak. Ditch the white bread, the Wonder Bread type stuff. Move into sprouted bread, like Ezekiel bread.
Why sprouted?
The sprouting process makes it easier to digest, breaks down some gluten, lessens the anti-nutrients. It's just a much better bread option, lowered glycemic index too.
Okay, the best possible bread, basically.
Pretty much. And pair it with good stuff, like organic Valencia peanut butter. The kind you find at Trader Joe's, for instance, is often mentioned because it's just peanuts and salt. No added sugar, no weird oils like in the big commercial brands. Small swaps, big impact.
Right. Reducing sugar, reducing processing. Okay, this is great, building the perfect plate. But you mentioned something fascinating. Even with the perfect food, timing can mess it all up.
Totally. Timing is huge. Here's something interesting. When people first switch away from high-carb breakfasts, they often get really hungry around 8 a.m., even if they haven't eaten yet.
Yeah. Why is that? Seems too early for real hunger if they ate dinner.
It's usually not real hunger. It's your body's natural rhythm. You get a cortisol spike in the morning, that's your stress hormone waking you up, and that spike can trigger a hunger feeling.
Ah, a false alarm.
Exactly. The trick is just ignore it, wait 20 minutes, have some water. Usually that intense feeling just vanishes. Your body's just used to eating then because of that cortisol cue.
So we're conditioned to eat by a hormone spike, not actual need. Okay, so if 8 a.m. is maybe too early, when should we aim to eat that first meal for the best energy through the morning?
Well, the goal is to fuel up when you need it most, right? Especially if your morning is busy physically or mentally. What seems to work best for steady energy is eating that first meal a bit later, maybe around 10:00 or 10:30 a.m.
Okay.
And then the second meal maybe early afternoon, like 3.0, 4.00, 4.3 p.m.
So you're front-loading the energy for the main part of your workday.
Exactly. You get the fuel when you're most active instead of having a big energy load right before you wind down at night.
Yeah.
Makes way more sense.
It really does. Okay, food quality, timing, There's one more piece, right? Something that can hijack the whole
The
system.
biggest piece, honestly, and often the most ignored, sleep.
Ah, sleep. How big of a deal is it really for, like, my breakfast choices and blood sugar?
It's the critical variable. It's massive. Just 1 hour less sleep, say, getting 6 hours instead of 7, or 7 instead of 8, makes a huge, measurable negative difference in how your body handles blood sugar the next day.
Mm,
And your brain function takes a nosedive.
wow. 1 hour. Can derail my perfect organic bacon and eggs?
Absolutely. I saw this myself. I used to run on 6 hours for years when I finally committed to getting 8 hours consistently.
Yeah.
Night and day. Blood sugar stabilized, brain fog lifted. I could go much longer without feeling hungry. It was incredible. If your sleep is a mess, your blood sugar will be a mess. Period. Doesn't
Yep.
matter what you ate.
It's sobering. Okay, so pulling this all together, this whole deep dive, breakfast isn't just food, it's setting the controls for the whole day.
It really is a decision engine. And the fix is kind of threefold. One, prioritize that quality protein. Understand why organic, no-sugar bacon isn't just a fancy choice, it's functional. Two, kick those processed carbs out. Three, fix your sleep. That's the foundation.
And it circles back to that idea, whether you go hard keto or strict vegan, the people who see amazing results reversing diabetes and stuff, what do they both cut out?
The ultra-processed refined junk, that's the common enemy. You can do a dirty version of any diet,
Mm.
load it with processed crap, and it'll cause problems. You have to clean up the quality.
Okay, so final thought to leave people with. If just 1 hour less sleep can totally mess up your blood sugar and your thinking, what other little thing are you maybe tolerating right now? Something you think is minor, but it's actually pulling the strings behind the scenes, having these huge effects. What's that one thing quietly running the whole show for you?
Yeah. What are you putting up with that's having a bigger impact than you think? That's definitely something to chew on.